Hello, welcome to my first ever journal with me video. So I started this journal today actually. I did a few warm-up spreads and then I decided that I was just going to jump right in and I was going to film one. And I decided that the one I was going to film was going to be done on Waterparks FANDOM, which is an album that I really like, and I really wanted to make a spread for it in my journal. So yeah, I started by cutting up the photos as you do, and that was really, there we go, look at that, the photos all done, nice. Yeah, so I guess I don't really know what I'm really going to talk about. This is my first journal with me video, my first kind of YouTube video of this type, and my first real-time recording of voiceover. So yeah, I'll talk about the album and my process and what I did, and I hope you enjoy it. So here I started by lettering the title of the album, which was Fandom, as you probably know, but yeah, so I'm not the best at lettering, I'm not the best person in the world at it, but I decided that I'd give it a go, and because, you know, I've been practicing and I really wanted it to look nice. And then I underestimated or overestimated the size of the card, and whoopsie daisy, and I got really annoyed because I don't like wasting those cards because they're kind of expensive, but that's fine. I had another one, and then I did reuse that one as like a glue mat thing later on, so it wasn't a total loss, and my second time around I did it a whole lot better anyway, because I was able to like fit it all on and like add the shading and the borders and the highlights and all, so that was really cool. Yeah, so journaling. So I have been bullet journaling since like I was like 13 and 14, and I read the original BuzzFeed article on it, and I remember discovering that and being like, oh my god, I need to start one. And then I was like, mom, I need to start a bullet journal, and she was like, okay, and then she let me have $13 to buy a notebook, and then I ordered it, and then it came in the mail, and it was like A7. It was absolutely tiny, and I was like, damn it, but I stuck with it, and over the years I've had probably like over 10 bullet journals now, and it's just like something that I really love. And I was watching some bullet journal videos on YouTube when I fell into a pit of like K-pop journaling videos, and like I'm not a K-pop person, but I am a journal person and I am an art person, so I was like, this looks really fun, you know, just because I don't like K-pop, I think it would be really cool to have a journal that, you know, I can like make about things that I really like. And so I ordered one, and it arrived today, and ever since it arrived I've just been going ham, practicing spreads and stuff. So this is the first one that I decided to film because I wanted to like do some practice ones first and then make one that I thought would be nice. So yeah, so Fandom, and here I am just finishing cutting out the card, which is pretty cool, and yeah, I think it turned out okay. It's not the best lettered thing in the world, but it's not the worst and does the job. So the next step was to lay out the photos and stuff on the book and figure out where I wanted everything to go. I didn't really have a plan for this when I was choosing the photos and printing them out. Like, I printed the album cover in 2 sizes and the green photo in 2 sizes because I didn't know exactly how I wanted it all to fit together. I do keep all of the extras, by the way. They might come back in another spread or in my bullet journal at some point, so don't worry about that. I'm not wasting anything. I always try and make the most of my printer ink, but yeah. So I came up with like a basic vague design of how I wanted. When picking the photos, I was trying to pick like the promotional kind of nice photos, and there were some really cool ones with a blue background, and I was really into them, but then they like I didn't want blue in the color scheme because I wanted it to very much just be like the orange and green. I nearly said orange and red. What am I doing? Anyway, it's late. But yeah, so I went with those photos. I did 2 of the guys. I had the turbulent backpack and that photo of Austin because he had the orange glasses on, and I just thought it complemented the aesthetic nicely. So yeah, that was really cool. So Then I started with the washi tape. I used a lot of washi tape in this spread, mostly because I have a lot of washi tape, but also because I just thought it added a lot of colour. I didn't really want to use a lot of the paper, leave a lot of space on the paper. I wanted it to be very full, because I really liked that style in my spreads. Yeah, unused space just makes me anxious, you just got to kind of fill the paper and stuff. Yeah. Also, originally I did film this in an ASMR format with fandom playing in the background, and then I was watching this footage back and I realized that I was singing the entire time, and I can't sing, so I decided not to do that. I didn't think anyone else needed to be subjected to that, so now I'm doing a voiceover, which I didn't think I'd ever be doing, but here we are. Woo! Yeah, so, yeah. I suppose I should talk a little bit about the album itself. So, Fandom came out in 2019, in October, and at that time, I was a Waterparks fan. I saw them at Good Things in Brisbane, at the end of 2018, and I met them, and they were all really sweet, and, I really liked Entertainment, I really liked Double Dare, but I wasn't, huge in the fandom. I'd never really, made fan art or been totally active and stuff, but, I liked the music, and I listened to it, and I knew the guys, and watched a couple interviews, so that was cool. Yeah, so, here I'm doing the quote, which is, "I never promised you your dream boy," because that's, I don't know, it's a very... If it's in two songs, it's in Dream Boy and Reboot, so I figured it was kind of, very important to the album. Also, I really like doing, the cutout lines around the guys there. I really like the look that it gives the page. So I did that. Yeah. So the album came out. I was active, as all the songs were coming out. I really loved Turbulent when it came out. It was, a really angry song, and I really vibed with it. Thought it was really cool. When Watch What Happens Next came out, I loved that. I loved the music video. It was creepy cool. I thought it was awesome. And I really vibed with that too. And then, what else came out? High Definition came out. Originally, when I heard High Definition, I didn't like it at all, because I'm really more a fast song type person rather than a slow song. Yeah, I would say my type of music is songs that sound really happy, but the lyrics are really, really dark. That's kind of what I vibe with, and I really like Fall Out Boy. 21 Pilots have a few songs. There's Half Alive. I could name bands all day that just a few songs that kind of fit that vibe that I just really jam with. And yeah, so I didn't like it when it first came out, and then when the album came out and I was listening to it in total, because I did get a CD of it eventually, it really took on a whole new meaning for me, and I really found myself really loving it and making it one of my favorites on the album, which I really didn't expect, because I'm not a slow song person. So yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, so speaking of songs that I hated at first, I hated Cherry Red. I thought it was awful. And then now it's the best album opener ever, right behind Disloyal, Order of the Water Buffaloes for Folie à Deux by Fall Out Boy, which is my favourite song of all time, ever. But, yeah, so Cherry Red is very much up there, and it really, really grew on me. When the album first came out, my immediate favourite was I Miss Having Sex, but at least I Don't Want to Die Anymore, because it is just such a bop. It was so, it's hilarious, but it's got that right jive. You can dance to it, but you can also vibe quietly to it. Whenever I'm in the car with friends, or at a party with something and I'm allowed to suggest a song, I always try and suggest it because I find it really funny. And people will vibe with you. They'll the first time they hear the chorus, they'll be like, "What?" And then the second time they hear it, they're like, "Yeah, this is cool." So I would recommend doing that if you ever get the chance. It's good fun. Yeah. I did change around the order of the letters and the photos. I moved the Turbulent backpack, and I moved the album cover to the other corner so that it would just balance a bit better as I started gluing things down and making them permanent, which was cool. Yeah. So that was really cool. I guess my other favourites are Telephone, and then I really love War Crimes, and yeah, War Crimes is just such a cool song. It just makes me want to get up and go. Like it's really, because it's, yeah, I vibe. This whole album, like, it came out at a point in my life, like, I wasn't expecting anything from this album. Like, it wasn't one of my big releases that I was really, like, on the ball for, and I didn't even listen to it on the day it came out. I only listened to it, like, a few days later, and I just loved it. Like, I didn't think I would, and I just vibed so much with it. So, yeah, it wasn't the album that I wanted. No, it was. It was the album that I didn't know that I needed when it came out. And I found myself listening to it on repeat for months on end. It was just such a vibe. And I'm really hoping that once the borders open back up, that Australia finally gets a fandom tour, because that is the dream. I would love to go to a fandom tour so bad. Honestly, I want to go to so many tours so bad. I miss live music. Yeah, so this is where I made a mistake. I kept writing the words wrong and writing the titles wrong on the track list, and it was really getting to me. So I grabbed one of my study cards, which conveniently has the same grid pattern as the paper, to cover it up, and rewrite the track list, which was really time consuming. I'm using iMovie to edit this because I know nothing about editing, and this was as fast as I could figure out how to speed up this part of the video. So unfortunately, you do just get to watch me write this out for a few minutes. Yeah, so that's a whole thing. Yeah, but this album was just so cool. So yeah, this journal. So I want to make more journal with me videos if I really like journaling. Like I draw, and that's fun, but like doing this kind of stuff just is really satisfying, and I really like flipping through it, and I find it's like a lot more forgiving than flipping through a sketchbook, and overall I really enjoy it. I find it really entertaining, and I mean, the notebook arrived at like 3:00 this afternoon, and then I just sat down and made spread after spread after spread, and I think this is like the 4th or 5th spread. Hang on. I did an introductory, I did a grid space, I did 2 Animal Crossing spreads, I did an Invader Zim spread, and then a June spread. So this is the 6th spread in the journal. And I just had so much, like, it's so fun. Like, you cut out the photos and then you pick out where you want them to go, and it's just a really fun time, and like, I'd really love to do more of it, and hopefully make some journal with me videos that I can film in an ASMR style without me singing through them, which was a whole thing. Oh god. Anyway, comment down below if you want to hear SJ's rendition of another album. We'll see. Yeah, I glued the track list on there, and then this was kind of where I was reaching the end of the spread, so I started adding the decorations and stuff. So I added a little bit more washi tape to the bottom to cover up that the kind of obvious join there. The washi tape was a bit thick, so I trimmed it down, which was really hard. That washi tape is not very good quality. I don't know where I bought it, but I don't even think it's washi tape, because like, it doesn't feel the same. Like, it's very plasticky, but whatever. And yeah, and then I had a bit extra, so I added it to the other side to kind of, you know, use when you're using a thing, try and use it in more than one place, so that way it like seems cohesive. I think the advice with that was colors, but I find it very helpful for washi tape as well. Yeah, so then I grabbed the pens and I just added some details about the album to the top. So it's by Waterparks, and then I added, oh wow, washi tape is rolling into frame. Look at that. So stylish. Oh yeah, that really bad washi tape wasn't sticking, so I had to glue it down. We love that. Yeah, so I added the release date, and then I added how long the album is, I'm pretty sure, and how many songs there are. Yeah, 15, and once my hand moves, 38 minutes. Wow, look at that. And then I just grabbed some green washi tape to try and finish it off and fill in any gaps, because gaps are scary, and I want there to be no paper. I want it to just be absolute mess. But like a good mess? I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah. And then I added some sparkles, because sparkles are cool. They're really cool. Ask anyone. Sparkles are really, really cool. And they're orange, of course, because I have to fit the colour scheme. But yeah, so that was it. And then I decided that wasn't enough, and I needed to add white highlights to the letters as well. I'm really bad at knowing when to be done with things. I just want to like keep adding, and like this runs me into a lot of trouble. But anyway, woo! So that was the setup at the beginning, and here is like what it looks like now, and yeah, it's just a final nice little thing of the spread. Yay!